Hello and welcome back to Football Manager. We've got the Brighton game today, the second game of our second Premier League season. We are second from bottom because Cardiff have played 2 games now, and Newcastle, who were bottom, have drawn their second game of the season. Brighton are not a team that I'm expecting to have trouble with this season, if I'm honest with you. I'm not. But as you can see, 3 players who are very important to this season are out. Dennis Johnson, our backup right winger, is out. Emre Moore, our first choice right winger, is out. And Ben Thompson, our technical second choice centre midfielder, but that means on the field with Tommy Doyle, is also out. We have to pick a team that's going to be given an opportunity to actually win this game, and Alvaro's having to come in for the now injured Dennis Johnson, who's actually going to be injured for quite a long period of time. This is the last game without Thompson, I believe, as well as Emre Moore, who will both come back, and Alvaro will be able to come out of the first team and give Emre Moore a chance at right wing. Louis Barrow probably another 2 or 3 matches. If he still hasn't scored, we'll be taking him out of the team and putting Alvaro in as new striker, just to try and get something from it. Turgeman, as you can see, has now reached a 3.5-star ability. He's now actually a good goalkeeper for Premier League sides, which is impressive. As you can see, still fairly high rating for the last 5 games. But then you have to take into account the actual last game, in which Tommy Doyle was only wanted to get above a 7. And he got a 7.6. So we're going into this Brighton game on the back of fairly poor form. As you saw in the last video against Chelsea, we lost 4-0, I think. Just so you're aware, this video is being recorded 2 days after the Chelsea video. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember. I'm being honest with you, I can't remember. Let's passionately say we owe Brighton. He's saying pick up where we left off because we played a friendly with Welling before this game. As they are an affiliate club, we had to play them before our season started in earnest. We couldn't fit them into the schedule, so we had to put them in the gap between this game and Chelsea, because it was a 2-week gap, and it was the only real time I could really fit them in. We've got technically an attack going. Doyle with the ball now to Kadu. Kadu runs it into the middle and plays it to Nato, a new new midfielder for this season. Doyle plays it over the top, finding Alvaro, who actually now gets the ball back into their box, but it's a terrible shot. I don't even know what he was thinking there. Probably should have actually squared that for Barry after he picked himself back up again. We're not playing in the regular defensive formation because I'm actually attacking in this formation, and we're hoping to actually get something from this game, because if you ask me, it's something we should be getting. Roberto Lopez with his first goal for Millwall, coming from an incredible free kick, and the first goal of our new season comes from Roberto Lopez's head, with a fairly well took header, to be honest with you, into that bottom corner. And we asked them to be a bit creative, because what we want to do, we want to get a couple of goals. 4-0 in the first game. We need to return that back to 0 as quickly as possible. And I think against teams like Brighton, we have that opportunity. 2 or 3 goals is not impossible to get in the Den against an opposition like Brighton. Speaking of the Den, I have yet again asked the board to try and expand the stadium, and yet again they have replied saying not enough fans are currently watching our games, despite the fact we are getting full attendances effectively every game. Doyle, though, with the ball over the top, finding Roberto Lopez again, but this time saved by McCrory in goal for Brighton. I thought that goalkeeper was an Australian bloke, not McCrory, unless he moved on. Anyway, Doyle with a corner kick saved from the header of Nato, though, and apparently Glazen was offside, despite the fact he was nowhere near the ball as far as I could tell. Yeah, there is Matthew Ryan on the bench. I could have sworn he was the first choice goalkeeper, but I'm guessing that possibly after 5 years, he's no longer the first choice. I mean, he's in real life, 26 or 27 years old, I think. So he'd be in his early 30s now, so yeah, makes sense, I guess. Cottrell for Brighton puts the ball into the middle, and Alexis McAllister makes it 1-1. Not what we were hoping for, obviously, going into this game. We were hoping to get an actual result that was positive for us. And a draw against Brighton is not positive due to the fact that Brighton are effectively the same calibre team as us, in that they're a recently promoted Championship side, and annoyingly, they finished nearly relegated last season. We're going to tell them that we deserve to win this match, because we do deserve to win this match. We've been the better team, in my opinion. Alvaro is going to come into the striker's role, and then Louis Barry's going to come off for Richard Nate, and we're actually going to go with this as a formation with 2 central attacking midfielders on the field. Glazen will be a shadow striker for Alvaro. We'll have the same form of centre midfield, so it's essentially like a skyscraper, effectively. I did not change Richard Nate's role in the match. He'll be a cover defender, along with Tuanzebe. So, with that change done, I asked for a bit more creativity again, obviously, because we're going to want creativity. And Tommy Doyle, yet again, 7.8, is at the moment the best player on the field. And to be honest with you, he is deserving of that role. And as you can see, full attendance once again of 19,734 people are currently inside the den. Now, that is the full attendance we are capable of receiving. But apparently the board are saying that we are not getting full attendance. I don't know where to go with it, really. I'm going to ask them to show a bit of passion in the last 20 minutes of this game. I'm actually going to make another change now. We're going to bring off Kadu for Anil Erdogan, who is still only at 2.5 star, but he's fairly good. I'm going to confirm that substitution. And Roberto Lopez picks up the ball in, I'm assuming, possibly a good highlight for us. Kadu plays it over the top, and Robertson shoots, but straight at Turgeman. And thankfully, even though I was wrong, it wasn't a good highlight for them. It didn't end with a goal. Alright, for the last 10 minutes, I'm going to demand more from them and see if we can actually get something from this game that isn't just a single point. Because a point will only just, I believe, take us out of that relegation zone. And annoyingly, we are getting, possibly not even a point actually. Brighton with this highlight started now. McAllister heads it onto Willock. Willock runs it forward, getting past Glazen, and he goes straight into our box, but thankfully Turgeman is equal to the shot. Turgeman runs it forward and throws it to Doyle, who plays it back to the goalkeeper, who ends up thumping it out to the left wing, only for Robertson to pick up. Back to McCrory though, finds Abram. Abram puts the ball forward to Pulgar, I think. We've got Kone, now to Cottrell. Cottrell runs it forward, with just 4 seconds left now. This match is over. Matheson picks the ball up, just the referee blows his whistle, and in 175th career appearance for Roberto Lopez, he scores his first ever Millwall goal. And as much as I'm annoyed, I will say they're unlucky, because they should have won that game. They know they should have won that game, but the Brighton goal effectively came out of nothing, and we couldn't defend against it. But I believe, we are outside of the relegation zone in 17th. So we have pulled ourselves into a position of slightly more stability. Now our next game is against the real-life Premier League winners, Liverpool. So, the next game on camera will probably be the West Ham Crystal Palace game, because of the Dockers Derby and just Crystal Palace game, because of the 2 games available that are close together. So there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games off camera before we get back to the Dockers Derby. But until then, as I say every episode, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.